Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I forgot to check my mic. How's everybody doing? It's like an old photo of the High Bridge. The Tom Rankin collection. Looks like it's from 1980. Hey, what's up, Anthony? Anthony says, I've always thought the wife knew something. They sat in that van for hours while law enforcement searched. I still say they had listening devices around that van to hear those conversations. I mean, it's possible, but I mean, she knew he was there. He never lied about that part. So, I mean, we don't need, I don't know. I don't know how, I mean, it's clear to me. She knew he was there. She knew the times he was there. She knew about that blue jacket. She knows what he looks like. She knows what he sounds like. Can I say 100% unless she admits it? No. But I mean, come on. I asked my wife the very question. It was after a live stream we went on. I think we were driving, so I can't remember where we were going, and I asked her. I said, "Imagine this. Put yourself in this scenario." And she's like, "Yeah, I think so." So I mean, you have the video of the guy, you have the voice of the guy, and you personally knew that he was there. How do you not know? Now, after knowing what you did with that information, denial and all that, all that stuff, that's beside the point. The question's not why didn't she say something? The question is, did she know or not? I think that she did. CJK, what's up? Bass Girl, what's up? James Power, Microwave, what's up? Hey, you gonna call in tonight? We're doing a true crime call in. So if anybody wants to call in, you can call in and talk about whatever case you want, whether it's Delphi, something that's in the news currently. Just try to avoid anything political or anything like that if you could. What's up, Courtney? Jen, what up? Melissa, good to see you. Yeah, Courtney looks a lot different. Anthony says he probably told her, "Yeah, I told you I was out there wearing those clothes." And she probably came back and said, "Well, why are they considering you a suspect? That's obviously you." He could have been like, "Well, somebody else was just dressed like me," or, "Yeah, I was out on the bridge. They must have filmed me, but I don't know what their angle is. Obviously, I've been cleared. I talked to the conservation officer." Like, I mean, she had plenty of reasons to deny it, if she wanted to that bad. Courtney says, still doesn't explain the picture. He's the man on the bridge. I believe that to be true. I mean, he said he was there, right? He said he was wearing a blue jacket and blue jeans, right? Is Richard Allen a short, stocky guy? Yes. I don't understand what the confusion is, really. 517 Kels, what's up? Shout out to Michigan. Cognitive dissonance is what wife is suffering from. The truth is too painful. Yeah, it would be very easy for her to swing towards deniability. Yeah, like, oh yeah, you did talk to the conservation officer. Yeah, why do they keep putting your picture all over the news? It must be some kind of angle. Maybe they're trying to make the real killer mad, huh? Yeah, they're trying to make the real killer mad, saying, hey, look, it's just this, this guy did it. Measly old me, family man, little guy over here, Richard Allen. Yeah, it must be an angle, huh? Why else would they keep putting my image up there like that? That's smart of law enforcement. Very smart of them. They're using you, huh? Something crazy like that. Law enforcement made it very easy, and yet I guess that begs the question, was it by design? Did they want Richard Allen to be comfortable and to maybe start reaching out to his friends or start getting back into that behavior, whether it involved CSAM, catfishing, maybe reaching out to those types to try to, he had books and all kinds of stuff that was taken out of his house. So maybe he was a customer, of like Cake and Klein or something. Not quite sure how that all ties in yet. Should be around 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And anybody's welcome to call in. We'll probably have a limit of about, mm, I don't know, anywhere between 4 and 5 at a time. What's up, R. Barley? All is well. Same to you. Anthony says, "Who wants their husband to be BG?" Yeah, like f him for that. You know what I mean? He did that to her. Like, hey, I'm the bridge guy monster. I just did that to you. Guess who you married? Hey, I got something. I got some news for you. Guess what? You married a child killer. Why don't you go ahead and invite our daughter in, and we'll go ahead and talk to her about how I'm a murderer and how that's going to ruin all of your lives. You guys ready for a big ball of stress? You ready for this? It's going to encompass your entire world. Not only that, but your children as well. You ready for this? Yeah, that's a lot of weight for a wife, I think. It's a hell of a situation for your husband or wife to put you in. The amount of pain and suffering that goes along with this type of crime. I mean, I don't even think you can measure it. Marbles, Frank Meister, what's up? Marble says on the lone wolf thing, and did she know? I think she figured it out. I mean, she had to. He didn't hide the fact that he was there. Nobody knows her better than her. There he is, right there on that bridge. And then his damn voice. I mean, it sounds like him, right? It's not like we were with Ron Logan and Keegan Klein and all those guys where we're like, oh, yeah, very similar. Now, when you hear his voice and you compare it to that voice that was captured on Libby's phone, you're like, okay, we've never heard anything closer. We've never seen any suspects closer. I mean, this is our guy. I mean, it's him. So if he's admitting to being there, come on. I mean, what else is there to say? Yeah, and I wasn't referring to you, just in general. That was more of a public announcement. Hey, Joseph. Hope everybody's having a great Friday morning. I have not yet had my coffee, so forgive me. V Marie, what up? Terracita Hillis, what up? Lori Clayton. Wow, the bridge looks different. V, you're pretty much fashionably late. Lisa says, I still want to know if he got rid of the washing machine intentionally after only 5 years. I don't know if he got rid of any washing machine. I just know that his wife posted on Facebook that theirs was on the fritz. Kim, yeah, I worry. I worry for her. I do. If everything that's out in the media about Richard Allen, if he's a child killer, yeah, I worry for his family. I worry about anybody who's in arm's reach of the man, honestly. But we don't know the story yet. People forget they spent hours together in that van outside their own home. Couldn't enter their home. I'm sure she was like, "Ricky, what the fuck did you do? Why I was gone taking care of my mother?" Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they already had that conversation, you know? Maybe there was an ultimatum. Thank you, V. Jen from the suburbs. Good morning. Jennifer Ellis. Hello. Am I wrong, or wasn't there rumblings of they knew who BG was, talked to him, and cleared him? Yeah, there was a lot of weirdness going on. Couldn't that have been to give him a false sense of hope and possibly others involved as well? Well, you wonder if that's the strategy. I try to reach out to law enforcement, former law enforcement, and ask them, hey, is that something law enforcement does? I've gotten mixed answers about that. But when you look at Kagan Klein and him being free, for almost 3 years, and they say it's from a clerical error, and then you ask, well, why was Richard Allen not mentioned prior? Oh, well, that was another clerical error. You know what I mean? So it makes you wonder if that's part of their strategy. Because if it's not, then it kind of comes more off as incompetence, really. But we're all human, and incompetence happens with humans. So I don't know. I think that is 11 p.m. So it might be 11 p.m. your time. Either way, in the end, she will make money off of this, and she knows it. His wife, like a book deal or something. Well, she's gonna. It's gonna be hard for her to get a job for a while, anyway. At least in Indiana. Yeah, microwave true crime with microwave and baby doll. Richard Allen ruined his family's life with what he did. That's awful. And his daughter, I think, just was recently married. Like, oh man, what a nightmare for them. Like, imagine your new husband just looking at you like, kind of weird now, Like, what did I do? Like, what did I get myself into? If Richard Allen is the guilty man, he did that. He put that black cloud over them. It's messed up. Personal responsibility. Same time zone, according to Lisa. Shout out to Lisa for answering that question. Thank you, Lisa. You rock for that. Joe says, and the only reason he said he was there is because he knows people saw him. Yeah, I'm showing signs of intelligence, right? Everybody that's seen him or is able to report what he was doing, he's admitted to. Very smart, because then he has to explain why these people are lying. And I don't know if they've identified him, but I think it's safe to say they're putting it all together. And if it goes to court, really, it's up to the jury, right? To decide how powerful that information is. Forget how we feel. It's really up to the judge and the jury. You sent my dad a hat. WSP. What's that? Kim Young says he was dealing with the public on a daily basis, CVS, and no one recognized his voice. But I do not buy that the wife or daughter did not recognize it. Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm coming from. The general public has an excuse. I didn't live with the man for the majority of my adult life. What's your excuse? What's your excuse? Hey, Jamie. Good morning. Or they got rid of it because they washed. I don't know if they got rid of it. I never knew that they got rid of a wash machine. And the talk of her being at the public laundromat was like in 2018 or something like that. Outside the grid. What up? Good morning. What are you up to? You running and gunning? So I'm assuming he was right here when that one witness spotted him. I think she saw him right there. Yeah, that's what I think as well, Miss Thing. It's possible. What's up, Miss Mala? Says it's so bizarre to me that no one who knew him had suspicions. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. If he didn't get rid of that blue jacket, those videos from his wife shopping in 2018, and I mean, that looks like the same jacket. Seems like the same kind of blue, kind of the same windbreaker type looking fabric. What's going on, Don Spain? You at the VA? What you doing over there? Hey, Kamala. Hey, Stefa. Good to see you. Esmeralda, hello. Welcome. Thanks for the thumbs up. Cami Malvini. Yeah, he's looking at fish. Man, all the weird coincidences with the older men involved using the term fish or catfish. You even had Brad Heath. He's like, yeah, it looks like something you would, go catfishing on a Saturday morning. That's what he told Gray Hughes. I think he even kind of chuckled about it and put it in like parentheses or something, but it's just crazy that they keep saying that. I don't think they're as familiar with it as our generation. I don't think it's a term that they use, maybe even while doing it. Hey, Lisa, it is very creepy to think about what they were doing on Valentine's Day. I'm pretty sure the wife could think back and remember. I don't know. Seems like they were going through a stressful time. And does Valentine's Day play a part in this? Was Richard Allen, did he already have a relationship with one of the girls and he found out? about Anthony shots or was using Anthony shots to see if maybe they would be disloyal or something. I just feel like there's something we don't know between the 3rd and the 12th of February. If it's not a lone wolf, that is. Cammy says, no way I'd stand on that platform. How's it going, Angela? Welcome to the Sleuth Intuition channel, where we beat a dead horse back to life. Sparky Doo says, with all of the coincidences, I have a hard time believing that KA and the daughter didn't know. Yeah, for all we know, they're a witness, and the whole conservation story is just to protect them. And if so, kudos, kudos. Cheers, even. What's up, Kevin? I'm glad you caught us. Hey, Bossy, what you up to this Friday morning? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Mandy, what's up? Uh, Kamala Norris. In some small towns, people mind their own business. Not like that Dateline will say everybody knows everybody. We don't lock our doors. Yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up, but I'm from a small town. Both sides of my family are from a small town. So I know what it's like to not have any fences in your backyard and not lock your doors and sometimes just leave your door open. What's up, Jinx? R Barley 18. I think it's going to come out. KK sold Richard Allen an account or info. Richard Allen, being an amateur, tried to meet up, screwed it all up, and members of a ring told him, solve this problem or we will solve you or a family. I don't think he needs some dramatic. I believe the first part of your story could be very much true. If a lot of things that are unverified are actually turn out to be factual, it's actually a really good theory. Because we talked with Alex Voorhees, he said it kind of looked like Richard Allen, or not Richard Allen, I'm sorry, Kagan Klein had set up shop. He like he realized that he could catfish and get basically CSAM through sextortion, and that he could probably turn a penny with it. So if he's bumping into other catfish online who are trying to maybe even solicit him as Emily Ann, he's like, hey, like, I see you're trying to solicit me, well, guess what? I'm this creepy other guy as well. I'm this fat, disgusting person. Ha ha. Oh, you too? Yeah. I'll sell you, this or that for whatever. Give me one moment. But then again, I don't know. Got all this Vegas activity. It's a good way to launder some money. Brad from outside of the grid. Damn, Sleuth. That is a good point about that Brad Heath comment about the Saturday fishing car. Yeah, it's very strange. It's a coincidence, I'm sure, but apparently that's what we do here. Well, at least in the morning, anyway. Hey, D. V's asking, didn't Brad Heath say that car was there around 9 a.m.? Yeah, he said like actually before that. And it could have been a lot sooner than that. I think what he's saying is that he got there at about 8:45 a.m., quarter to 9, and that the vehicle was there. And then he left at about 2:07. So I'm sure that was the time he was expected to be working there from 9 to 2, right? Because I think he was driving from out of town. Um, that reminds me of something. Let's take a look at this. So I often wonder how Brad Heath kind of drove into this property that he was working on across the street from the CPS building. Because if he came in here under the 25 and pulled in right here, he would never see a vehicle backed in right here. So I don't know if the vehicle was backed in right here, but why would you back in and block the entrance? It doesn't make any sense. I'm wondering if he was backed in somewhere further back here. And if so, just using basic line of sight, if he's pulling in right here, turns in, I mean, there's just no way he's going to notice it. Now, something parked out here, most definitely. But I don't know. I'm not sure what his path was. Hey, Katie. Yeah, I'm glad you like him. This is basically what we're doing in the Discord most of the time anyway. We're just brainstorming for about an hour before everybody has to actually do real work. Ooh, nice. And I appreciate you guys sending me information about the morels, the mushrooms. Apparently, we have them out here too in AZ. See if I can get my hands on some. See what all this, all the hubbub is about. Anthony says we don't beat a dead horse. We cover facts and cut out all the bullshit. At least, yeah. We let's put it this way: we reveal that people have been actually beating a living horse, and we try to stop it. Leave that horse alone. Yeah, I've often wondered that too, Joseph. I would like to know if there was ever any missing pills in the CVS where Richard Allen was working at. I brought up that theory at the beginning, and a lot of people who work for CVS and in the medical field and have access to information like that, or in a pharmacy, they say that the inventory that they take on that is just too it's just too good. Like they keep track, but I know that to be false. I have friends that I grew up with that were working in not only CVS but Walgreens, and they were able to get their hands on pills, and they would from time to time. I would hear stories of selling it or people asking, "Hey, can you get me this?" And that they were actually able to get them those things. So it's not as hard as people make it out to be. Yeah, if you're not a criminal minded person, you're probably like, no, hell no. That's way too risky. They do this, they do that. But if you're a criminal and you're like trying to make money or something on the side, somebody's offering you like 5 grand for a bottle of Percocet. I don't know. You might be like, oh, well, might be able to do that. But yeah, it does happen. Is it risky? Dang, dang right. Hey, Kristen. Good morning. Good to see you. How are you? Yeah, you guys piqued my curiosity. Yeah, so I definitely would like to know which direction Brad Heath was coming from. I'm assuming he came in from this direction, but I could be wrong. But if he did, and Richard Allen was parked somewhere back here, I think it would be easy for him to miss his vehicle and catch the older model car that he saw out here parked next to the road. So here we got a post from Zach Myers at Zach Myers News. Not sure if he's with Fox 59 or not, but he posted this at 10:38 a.m. We know the girls weren't found until about 12:15. He says here, dive team preparing to search in and around Deer Creek for missing Delphi teens. So this is at 10:38. So in the mornings, I've been spending some time looking through the search images on any social media platform I really can. I want to see if they have, if they were setting up shop outside any of the grocery stores, questioning people. Um, even if it's just a fold out table and a couple of officers, like, hey, if you know anything, you can go over there and tell them. Joseph is at saying Brad Heath doesn't do that many interviews, huh? No, I asked him. He wouldn't do one with me. He told me no comment. But this was in 2022, so I don't know if maybe he didn't like the attention he was getting. But I didn't even know the interview with Gray Hughes existed. I'm glad he did that. I didn't need to do it now that he had that. He provided all of the information that I would have been looking for. Here's another interesting one. Kind of proves the timeline with the RTV6 chopper footage. Here we see that it's Skycam 6. That's the RTV6 chopper. And this is Paris Lobel. And this is at 12:40 p.m., February 14th, 2017. Right now, heading to the scene in Delphi with Skycam 6 where 2 bodies have been found. So now we know that the RTV6 chopper footage was sometime after 12:40. If anybody was wondering. Good afternoon, Stephanie. How are you? Our Barley 18 says, "My wife is a farm tech. Stuff is missing. Stuff is miscounted or off all the time." There you go. So maybe that's a connection to a Kagan Klein. You know, drugs. We hear him mention drugs often. So that could be another connection we haven't really spent that much time on. Shoot, for all we know, Richard Allen was recently hospitalized around that time and was, I don't know, giving his medication away. There's just literally so much we don't know. Here's another one from Ken Dunlap at Pharaoh's KJD. This one is Command Center for Volunteers in the Search of Missing Carroll County Girls set up at Delphi Fire Station. This is very early, 10:27 a.m., the morning of. This post was from John Terhune at John Terhune 1203. People gather outside Delphi Fire Department. Press conference soon. Go to J Conline for more. This was at 11:12 a.m. This is about an hour before they're discovered. A lot more people out here. Up, we got a suspicious looking character. And he's wearing jeans. Get him. Here's another one. Looks like hundreds of people are helping police search for two missing Delphi teenagers. This one's at 8:10. This video here is from Kelly Ranke from Kelly Ranke TV. I think she took this quick little video. Looks like shortly after the new direction presser. Let's take a look. I thought this was interesting and kind of goes with Brad Heath's story. You guys remember? Have you guys all checked out the interview with Brad Heath and Gray Hughes? Well, Brad Heath is talking about a vehicle that he sees parked on the side of the road, kind of like this one here. This is most likely her vehicle. I'm not sure. But Brad Heath reported seeing something like this, and he was curious and was asking investigators why they kept referring to a vehicle parked at the CPS building. He kept saying I didn't see any vehicle there. He said, I saw an older model car, something you would picture somebody catfishing in on a Saturday morning. But he also mentioned that a guy that runs the building that he was working at, who is, I guess, Brad was resetting the bait for all the traps, the bait station or something. And a guy that works there told him, like, yeah, I saw that vehicle out there, but I also saw it looking over. Do you see those cars parked over here? Apparently, that guy um, also saw the vehicle that Brad was referring to parked over here, later on, parked up here around 4 p.m. And for him to say that, and for us to know that at 4 p.m., muddy and bloody guys over here, and then we got this car that was parked down here now, kind of overseeing the terrain and the land and kind of overseeing everything that's going on. So right there, you see those cars in the distance? I think that's what Brad Heath was referring to. I think his buddy told him, "Hey, the car that you're talking about, I saw it as well. But later on, guess what? I saw it back here." So for him to think it was suspicious is interesting. And this pretty much would be the view they had right here. So in my opinion, with this video, it makes that account or the things that Brad Heath was telling Gray Hughes seem a lot more realistic. Because I mean, I could clearly see those vehicles. So I mean, it seems viable, right? Like, whoa, there's that other vehicle that was parked kind of like a jackass earlier. The Brad interview, it's not going to be, I don't think Brad Heath's name's in the title. Just type in Gray Hughes um, interview from 2021. Maybe type in maybe Brad Heath's name might help, but I think he has it titled interview from 2021 or lost interview or something. And then I think he even does a follow up where um, he kind of pulled that interview out of his archive and he might have labeled that one different vehicle at the CPS building or something like that. And if you have any trouble, I think on my last live, I linked it. Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, Frank Meister, I saw you're going to be starting your. Well, you've already had your channel. I've been subscribed to your channel for a while, and you already got like 600 subscribers or something like that. But it's good to see you going out on your own. You and Marv starting your own channels like that. Good for you guys. I think it'll be best for both of you guys. Shout out to True Crime with Marv, and shout out to the Frank Meister. Hey, what's up, Ruck? Shout out to Ruckus too. Boom. Here's another one from Rich Van Wyk, WTHR. Now, this one here, this is the back corner of Ron Logan's property. And I think that trail from his property starts right where those gentlemen are. Says here, police still at the crime scene and waiting for autopsy results to identify the bodies believed to be those of two missing Delphi teens. 9 a.m., February 15th. So he's putting law enforcement and investigators there up until the 15th trying to figure out what's going on. So, yeah, if anybody out there can find any images of whatever kind of search they were doing, I'm wondering if we can find maybe Richard Allen in the background, possibly communicating with the conservation officer, or maybe a conservation officer setting up shop. I mean, how else can you explain meeting somebody in what I think was between the 13th and the 14th outside of a grocery store? You must be sitting there, with the table set up, a couple officers. I don't know. It seems smart to centralize a place where you can just tell people, like, well, go here. Hey, I have information. Oh, well, go here. We have people set up over here at this grocery store, and then we have people set up over here at this church or something like that. Another homework assignment. Hey, don't worry. I'm doing my homework too, guys. Spent about 30, 40 minutes this morning. Couldn't really find anything. I said, hell with it. Let's go take a look at Twitter and see what they got on there. Because there was a lot of media out there, and media, Twitter is a huge tool for, any journalist or reporter. And if you're going to go out there on scene, you know, things that you post on Twitter aren't necessarily going to be on the news later that night. Tons of images. Susan says they both would have had access to medication through their jobs. Judy says the one thing I would like to know: what about the white Dodge Dart? What about it? Never heard of it. Hey, Melissa, what are you referring to, Judy? Cindy, what's up? The Brad Heath interview says Sunday is when he saw the vehicle. Do you think he meant Monday? Yes, he did mean Monday. Because I don't think he was there Sunday. No worries, V. All right, guys, we're going to hang out for another 10 minutes. So if there's any questions or anything you want to ask me as far as clearing up um, any information or anything we talked about today, that's where I'm at right now. I'm looking for any documentation of the search that took place Monday night, Tuesday morning. I just want to know. I'm just curious. Did they have people set up outside of a grocery store that was taking information? I would like to know. I'm just curious. See, we do these early shows to try to avoid the trolls, but sometimes they stay up because they're still high from the night before. The white Dodge Dart was at Cheyenne's house early in the morning the day of the murders, right? Susan, I have no clue about a Dodge Dart. Oh, you're talking about the image of the guy loading up that vehicle? I wouldn't worry about that too much, honestly. Yeah, we're gonna do that soon. Actually, yeah, we that's a good idea. I should reach out to you, Kristen. Let's talk about setting something up for next week if you're okay with that. Get another little panel going. That'd be cool. Put aside more time as well. The other one was a little short notice, so if we can get something a few days in advance, then I can give you more time. Thank you, Anthony. Yep, we will get it worked out. Guaranteed. These guys are like, how are we going to pin this on Ron Logan? Don't do anything. There's a camera on us right now. It's Rich Van Wyck. Some ruckus. As long as he don't go silent. Or what does he say? Quiet? I'm going quiet. No, I'm back quiet. Elizabeth Snow says, absolutely think that Richard Allen was getting pills from CVS and was probably selling them or playing the big baller who always has drugs or trading for whatever sex, young girls, or anything. I mean, he has no criminal record, but the guy, if what he did was strategic, like coming forward, admitting to everything that he knows, witnesses saw him do, like that, those are to me are signs of intelligence. Whatever he did, it bought him 6 years of freedom if he is the killer. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate everybody who supports my channel. But Cindy is a member and she's donated before, so I really appreciate it. I'm going to keep vibing it, Cindy. Even though we got haters trying to throw us off, it's not going to work. We know how ridiculous we are. See, that's the problem. We already know how ridiculous it is. But we're going to go ahead and be ridiculous together. We can't keep apologizing till we're blue in the face. We're sorry. It's just an extremely interesting case. You can throw every YouTube channel off of YouTube and people are going to just create more Facebook groups and more this and that. They're going to go on Reddit. They're going to go talk about it. They're going to get their information about the case from somewhere else. I created this channel to have a fair. It may not be a safe space, but it's a fair space. There you go, Andy. Good to see you, by the way. Yeah, we promote positive vibes here. It's really an easy philosophy. It's a lot easier than you think. Elizabeth, what about the guy in the red truck? The orangest. Oh, that's Pat Brown, one of the searchers, and Ron Logan's neighbor. Very interesting. Yeah, I wonder if there's anything going on with that because there were reports that he ran up to the bodies and was touching them, and that I can understand. You know, that might have been the first thing I would want to do. You know, is run up and make sure that they're okay. You know, you've been out here all night. You know, you might be freezing. So, I mean, I don't blame him for that. But just the timing and all that, I'm sure they looked at him. It'd be very embarrassing if they didn't look at him. I guarantee they were looking at that guy. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate that. Yeah, you don't have to agree with me. You don't even have to like me. But damn it, you will respect me. And others. Kevin says touching the bodies, that's nut sleuth. And I don't know that for sure. I know he's not the one that they say specifically found them, but he was there apparently on that side. And when the people who did find him began yelling and making noise, then other people on the side, the north side where the girls were, went running towards the body. So if he did have anything to do with it, and I'm not suggesting that, but I mean, if a killer was to insert himself in a search party, knowing that the bodies were nearby, and then just kind of linger in that area, right? You're just lingering because you know it's coming. You know they're getting warmer. You're getting warmer, and then boom, there it is, and you're right there, just close enough to come running out of the woods. You know, you got your hands on them, you're checking for pulses, you're doing all this stuff, and there, boom, now your DNA has a reason to be all over the bodies. That's some Murdoch shit right there. It's like a proactive killer, gets in there early and changes the narrative, changes the facts from the very beginning, corrupts the source. If you corrupt the source, everything is poisoned from that tree. I don't know. To me, that's like a sign of a highly intelligent perpetrator. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and that's something I would do. But from my understanding, you could just kind of tell the situation. Yep. Cindy says nothing heated, just relaxed conversation. Yeah, because I mean, if you're getting heated and you're creating drama, I mean, who are you really benefiting? Just your own ego. I agree on the lingering part. Reason for DNA. I mean, that'd be really smart, especially if you live right by the crime scene and you can make yourself available. I mean, you're basically making it impossible for a courtroom to convict you. Prosecution. His DNA was all over the body. Defense. Well, he discovered the body. Jury. Shit. Yeah. Kamala Norris says, I've been on a few searches. You want to find them safe, but I don't want to be the one to find them. Just all kind of emotion. Jamie says, I've always been greeted and treated with such kindness in here, even when we disagree. Y'all are awesome. Yeah, you're free to have your opinion here. You will be met with criticism, and how you react to that criticism is up. It's totally up to you. But you will be able to have your rebuttal. Because I mean, even I'll get worked up. You know what I mean? Trying to get my point across. But I'm not going to kick you to the curb just because we disagree or you're proving me wrong. Goat Dog, what's up? The white Dodge Dart was that vehicle that was tied to the girl who was abducted with GE and TF. GE, oh, Gabe Ellis was arrested on the 14th with a 16-year-old girl who was cousins with Karina McClurkin. Oh, okay. So he was in a Dodge Dart. All right, guys, that is all the time that I have today. Usually we keep it to an hour. But tonight we will be going live. It'll be a true crime call in. I think right now we have Microwave and Baby Doll. True crime with Microwave and Baby Doll. They should be calling in. But if anybody else wants to join the conversation, let me know. 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you could hit the like button on your way out. And if you're part of the replay crew, you know what to do. Drop a comment. Peace out, guys. Have a great Friday and have a safe weekend.